video of Charlie Kirk's wife, Erika Kirk, rubbing all over Charlie Kirk's dead body and mourning him was honestly a little bit more disturbing to me than the actual footage of what happened to Charlie Kirk. That video of her rubbing his dead body made me so uncomfortable, and I don't know why. She literally grieves different. Like, why did she post that? I just feel like that was way too personal to be like uploading to Instagram. And then that speech she gave, the fake tears, the voice. She's trying to keep Turning Point going. She's trying to keep it going. She's trying to keep the violence going. She talked about how she's basically a scorned widow and you guys don't know what you guys have started. I don't know who you guys is because the shooter was a white male from Utah. So this is like some inner like conservative white on white crime going on. Just in the past 24 hours learned who Nick Fuentes is. Alt-right, white nationalist. Apparently he's like Charlie Kirk, but on steroids. Apparently Charlie Kirk was moderate. Like, Nick Fuentes is definitely giving the vibes like he would just go out in his white robe right on national television. And apparently they're saying that's who's gonna be on the rise next. So
I'm sorry. Posting a staged photo crying into your husband's casket and like a video of his embalmed corpse is gross and weird and honestly very disrespectful, no matter how you stood on Charlie Kirk. That is a disrespectful thing to do. It is a staged photograph. That should be the most private moment of mourning. He deserved that at least.
Alright, so I had to make a TikTok about this because I know I wasn't the only person who seen this video and had a lot of questions. So yesterday, Charlie Kirk's wife had released a tribute video through his organization, basically talking about him and basically thanking a lot of people for helping capture the shooter. Well, when I was watching this video, you know what stuck up to me? That all the emotions that she was displaying seemed fake and rehearsed. Like, this lady literally seemed like she practiced this in the mirror. Like, it doesn't seem like she just lost her husband. Honestly, like she was acting so bad. I ain't gonna lie, it make Tyler Perry movies look like Oscar performances. Like, please, I don't care. You could be the #1 Charlie Kirk supporter in the world, but you can't tell me you watched that video and tell me that those are genuine emotions of a woman who just lost her husband. I ain't gonna lie. These people are playing in our face because if you watch that video, please, after you get done with this TikTok, go on YouTube, search Charlie Kirk wife tribute, and watch that video and tell me that this woman seemed like she sad or upset about her husband passing. No, that woman, if you listen to it, just watch, look at the body language. Forget the words.
All right, they told us Erika's Kirk's speech was about grief, but listen closely. Something just doesn't add up. Now, she said that evildoers who killed her husband have no idea what they unleashed. She promised a fire that would sweep across the nation. Now, to me, that's not mourning. That's a battle cry. She told her little girl that her father was on a work trip with Jesus. Now, that is cute and heartfelt as hell. But could it be symbolism or a coded message to the faithful? Now, over and over, she said the mission will not die. The cries of the widow will echo like a war drum. That's not just pain. That's mobilization. Now, when she thanked Trump, J.D. Vance, and law enforcement, it sounded less like gratitude, more like lining up allies for what's coming next. So what was this really? A grieving wife or the launch of a movement cloaked in tragedy? Now, comment what you think down below, because the fire she promised, could it already be here? And like always, guys, I want you guys to drop your versions and what your theories are down in the comments down below. And you know what I mean? Let's bounce some ideas off each other and see what we come up with. And just like always, remember TikTok, we're building.
So Charlie Kirk's wife, who the day Charlie Kirk was murdered, I said I felt for, I still do, for her and her kids, she's grifting now. Charlie Kirk is worth tens of millions of dollars. That's a fact. That's not an opinion. And his wife is going on social media and asking people for donations and money. What is she doing? Other than grifting, what else would you call that? If you're going to get donations, why wouldn't you use it for something like, I don't know, helping the homeless, doing something about those that are mentally ill, for example? There's so much you could do with these donations and money that can help society. Instead, she's going to be using it for herself. And I say to myself, your husband was worth tens of millions of dollars. Why are you grifting and asking for money before your husband is even 6 feet underneath the ground? I find this distasteful and I find it disgusting.
Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm coming to you on a voiceover today just so that I can get back to how I used to do videos because I feel like I was putting out videos a lot more frequently when I did voiceovers. As you can see in today's video, we're talking about Erika Kirk, and people are having a lot to say in how she is handling the arrangements for his memorial slash funeral. Now, just from what I saw of this, whenever she was by the casket and like touching his hands and everything, that one kind of got to me. I can't lie. At first, I thought this was something, a clip from something else, if I have to be real with you guys. I did not realize this was her. Are we really used to people posting the body on the internet, at least partial? And I mean, that whole thing where she's panning down to his hands, it's kind of just giving like performative again, like I said in my previous video. Now, I'm not one to tell someone how to grieve. We all grieve differently, as I'm sure everyone knows, but this was just kind of weird to see, if I could be honest. I mean, if this helps her to get through it, I guess, but to me, I just feel like this is all for show, and I just kind of feel like this is kind of capitalizing off of her husband's death, and I just don't feel like they should really be doing that much. I just honestly feel that this should be a private moment with her, her children, and his side of the family, her side of the family, and close friends. Like this whole like first clip that I have in this video here, it just kind of seems like they did this vlog style, if I could be for real, an ASMR vlog, because the I love you, like that seems just I'm not trying to be offensive, but that made me cringe. It really made me cringe because I'm like, ew, not ill, but it just really took me for surprise because it didn't seem real at first. It really didn't. It seems like I'm again, I'm not trying to be offensive, but I really thought somebody was mocking the death. I'm just putting it out there what my initial thoughts were. I'm not saying that anybody would have the right to do that. Definitely not. All of this with the transporting of the casket, the camera all up on the pallbearers, putting it in the hearse, just her slumped over into the casket with it open over his body. It just seems so staged to me. And I know people are going to have different feelings about it, but I just feel that in private moments like this, I get if she wanted to take pictures for her to have, that's something different. If you're putting this on the internet for people to see, like private family moments, to kind of market your husband's death and to get MAGA riled up about it, and for them to have, it's like you're almost making content about your husband's passing. And I just don't feel like that's the right way to go about this. I feel that this should stay amongst themselves and just keep it in the group chat. This is too much for the public to be seeing. If they're gonna choose to have a public memorial, that's understandable. I get that. But let it remain as a closed casket thing. We do not need to see pictures of all of this. And the whole speech that she did with her making her video statement, I kind of feel like she's not even making it about her husband. She's sending a message to everybody that's been hating and all the naysayers, instead of using it as a time to honor her husband's passing. I wouldn't be surprised. This is just something I think. This is my opinion. This is not anything that's been a fact or anything that's been proven. But I wouldn't be surprised if J.D. Vance had one of his speech writers, if he even has one, draft something up to where it kind of shows her emotion, but at the same time, it kind of appeals to MAGA to make them a little bit infuriated and for them to kind of get riled up a little bit, if I could be honest. But again, that's just my opinion. We don't have any, we don't have any confirmation of that. But if you're really grieving your husband, you're not going to have time to have staged appearances like this. Now, to be honest, I didn't even really think about how put together she seemed, like the nails done, makeup, hair, and a nice outfit. I didn't even think about that because that's not where my mind went. My mind was on the words and the showing of the body, and I just didn't think that that was necessary. And I just feel that they're just trying to market off of this guy's death, and they're just going to carry on his message, as we know that she will. But the fact that they're asking for money, and there's a, I don't know if it's, I don't think it's a GoFundMe. So yeah, pretty much it seems like they had a fundraiser, like a GoFundMe type thing. I just looked it up, but I totally don't remember what the site is called. but they have millions of dollars, you guys. Imagine people donating. And I mean, of course, I can't tell people what to do with their money, but I just feel like regular, everyday Americans are donating their hard-earned money or benefit money. I don't know where you get your money, fam, but I just feel like people donating their hard-earned money to people that are already millionaires. It's just unbelievable to me. But I mean, that's their way of feeling like they're closer to Charlie. I can't stop them. That is absolutely crazy. But yet, if somebody would have started the GoFundMe for the shooter, they were acting like they were going to start being up in arms about it, about how offensive would that be. They had a GoFundMe for the lady that said the N-word to the young black boy. So why would you be mad if there was a fundraiser for the shooter? I mean, I know it's two totally different things. The lady did not end the little boy's life, thankfully, but they are going to use this to capitalize in every way that they can. So I actually got to take back what I said in my previous video. It looks like it did go beyond the weekend, but it looks like it's more towards like the memorial and what she's saying. I'm still not really hearing the Republicans in DC talk about what the shooter is, like what side he's leaning. I didn't hear of any of that today. The commotion that's going on and the fact that there's all of like Donald Trump is going to the funeral and all of these other Republican leaders are going, and they're going to make a bigger spectacle out of this. If there's a procession to where his burial site is, that's when I'm going to have enough, because that is just absolutely crazy to think that they're treating this like this is a military funeral. I did hear that the memorial is supposed to be Friday or Saturday in Phoenix. So I think we're probably going to hear about this for the next few days. So I was wrong a little bit. I don't think we're hearing about the shooter, but we will probably continue to hear about Charlie for the next week or so. And then after the memorial, I do think that it's going to die down a little bit and you're going to hear less and less of it after that. Unless there's something that comes out about the shooter, if he finally reveals his motive or something along those lines. But anyway, you guys, definitely let me know what you think about this story down below. Like I said, I just think that this was weird, especially that open casket part. Like, I feel like she was marketing that metal looking plaque thing. I wouldn't be surprised if they tried to sell that. Like, or it just makes me feel uncomfortable that they're trying to use this as content. I've never heard of people taking pictures of a body in a casket and showing almost every step of it. I don't know. That's just me. Like I said, I have no grounds to speak on it. I could only share what my opinion is. But I just think that this was really kind of off-putting. I just don't think you should share stuff like that on social media. That is for your family. That should be private. I could understand if they would have showed just a procession like we saw the other day of it getting loaded onto JD Vance's plane, but all of the putting the casket in the hearse and her showing like his hands in the casket, that was just doing too much. Of course, let me know what you think down below. Do you think that she has the right to grieve this way, or do you think that it's like me, that she's doing too much? But I definitely want to hear you guys sound off. And don't forget to like and subscribe, because that will let me know that you're enjoying my content and want to see more from me. I'm trying to build back up to where I was a few months ago, but I know it's going to take time, but I'm not going to just do voiceovers for every video. I will continue to be on camera. I know some people probably do not give a damn, but I'm just letting you guys know, just for those who like to see me every once in a while. But anyways, you guys, I'm going to catch you guys in the next video. Bye. See you later.